19. Kale one more. Okay. So we'll come to the last part of your interfacing. First one we did with interfacing with stepper motor. There is interfacing with LCD. Then comes interfacing with keyboard. Two more topics are there. I'm keeping that as self-study. Okay. I thought of giving that as a mini project actually. All this interfacing, but I'll do that with the next batch. So last one is last part of the interfacing is with the keyboard. Okay. So 8051 interfacing with the keyboard. So keyboard, when I talk about keyboard here, it does not mean that a keyboard which will use for the computer, it may be something like a calculator. Okay, a small calculator with some digits, keypad. Okay, we'll get that example, because in the Proteus you will not get a keyboard which you will be using for the computer. You may be, you will get a keypad like this. See, I'll show you. Like this. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
This keypad. See, on Zumbe, you will get a keypad in Proteus. So you should be able to interface this. I have done, so it is possible. Okay. So this is your overall diagram. Okay, and you can make a theoretical drawing also with this. So it has this keypad has a row and column. For this I have taken 4 cross 3. Okay, so 4 rows, 3 column, but it can be 4 cross 4, 6 cross 6. So many different types of keypad are there. As per the number of rows and column, and more number of characters you can accommodate. So your column is connected to port number 2. Okay, and your row is connected to port number 1. Now it does not mean that you have to connect to this port. You can connect to any port. It depends on the program. Okay, and it should be your input output port. So for this particular program, I have connected columns, 3 columns to port number 2 and 4 rows to port number 1. And these LEDs, there are 8 LEDs here. These LEDs act like a output. Okay, they act like an output. So this keyboard, this keypad is a input interface, and this LED act like output. So when I type 2 here, this LED should show the ASCII value of 2. If I punch this hash here, hash sign, The ASCII value of hash should be shown at the LED. We'll see in a while. So this is how you can interface. You can have a drawing also, okay? And I could not draw, but you can draw it by yourself. There are 8 LEDs actually, Analu. See, there are 8 LEDs. Why 8 LEDs? Because each character has a ASCII value of 8 bits. Okay, in hexadecimal. It will be shown in hexadecimal, but it will be of 8 bits. So that's why this 4 will be, the lower 4 will be for the lower nibble, the upper 4 will be for the higher nibble. Okay. So we'll see in a while how we do this. Okay. So coming back to the program. Okay. Coming back to the program. So keyboard are organized in matrix of rows and columns. Okay. The CPU accesses both rows and columns through ports, which we have seen in the diagram. Okay. Therefore, with two 8-bit ports, an 8x8 matrix of keys can be connected to a microprocessor. Okay, 8x8. It was not 8x8 for that, but we'll see. Okay, in the Proteus we didn't see for 8x8, but the concept is same. Okay, when a key is pressed, we have to press something here, right? So some key is pressed. Okay, when key is pressed, a row and column make a contact. They make a contact. Otherwise, there is no connection between rows and columns. So normally, when the key is not pressed, that time it is an open circuit. When I press this key, a particular key, any key, okay, the circuit will be complete. So there will be a closed circuit. We will see in a while. A 4x4 matrix connected to two ports I've used here. The rows are connected to an output port. Columns are connected to an input port. Okay. So see here. This is 4x4 matrix. Why 4x4? Because it has 4 columns, 4 rows, obviously. Each are connected to the VCC 4.2, 4.7 kilo ohm resistor. But our main focus is within this part. See, the column, there are 4 columns. The column is connected to port number 2, which acts like an input port. Okay, these are input ports. And the rows are connected to port number 1, as we have seen in the diagram, port number 1, and this will act like an output port. So directly it will be going to port number 1 of 8051. So in order to make this port 2 input, it should be high or low? It should be high or low. In order to make this input port,
High,
it
sir.
should be high. So first step is check whether the switch is pressed or not. Okay. First step is, there are 3 steps. Out of these 3 steps, first step is check whether the switch is pressed or not. In order to do this, I will make all the pins of port 2 1 high. Why? Because port 2 is an input port. So all these pins will be 1 1 1 1. Okay, and all this port 1 I will ground. It's not shown here. I'll ground all these D0, D1, D2, D3, grounded. I'll short this and I'll ground. But D0, D1, D2, D3, I'll give a high. Now suppose I press 5. Okay, suppose I press 5 here. What will happen? What will be the output? What will be the value of D0, D1, D2, D3 and then? Will it be 1, 1, 1, 1? Will it remain 1, 1, 1, 1 if I press 5? 1, 1, 1, 0, 1. Yes. When I press 5, what will happen is, please understand, when I press 5, what will happen is, since this is grounded, there will be a closed circuit. So it will be, this D1 will be 0. So 1, 1, 0, 1. This is how you check whether the switch is pressed or not. Is it clear? Suppose if I press 0 here, this value, it will be 1, 1, 1, 0, because everything, the all the pins of port 1 is 0 right now. These are grounded. And these are the input port. So what will be the input value that time? It will be 1, 1, 1, 0 if 0 is pressed. Am I clear to you? Am I clear to you? When I press one key, any key, okay? When I press any key, there will be a bouncing time, okay? Bouncing and debouncing time. There will be a bouncing time. This bouncing, debouncing or debouncing time is used to again detect whether the switch is pressed or not, the room. But we will not see that deeply what is how this bouncing time works. The real mechanism of debouncing time Giri will not see. But just understand here that there will be a debouncing time. This is your step 2. Okay, step 1 Nadi, we check whether switch is pressed or not. Step number 2 Nadi, there will be a bouncing time or debouncing time of around 20 milliseconds. Okay, it will be around 20 milliseconds, and this bouncing time helps you to detect whether the switch is pressed or not, whether the switch is, that means step 1 is being repeated again, something like that. We'll put in a program. Okay, repeating. Now step number 3 Nadine, which switch is pressed? Step number 1, check whether switch is pressed or not. Step number 2 is bouncing or debouncing time. This will take around 20 milliseconds. Step number 3, which switch is pressed? Okay. Now, in order to do this, we make all these port 2 ones. See, all the ports of 2 as ones. Okay. Again, because these are input ports, and I will give these values in port 1, the nibble 4 bits of values, digital binary signal in port 1 by 1 by varying this like this. 0 first I'll give 0 1 1 1, then I'll give 1 0 1 1, then I'll give 1 1 0 1, then I'll give 1 1 1 0, and I'll check which particular key is pressed. Dachidi, we are just checking whether the key is pressed or not. Now we are in step 3, we are checking which particular key is pressed. Okay, are you getting or not? In order to do that, to know which key is pressed, in the output port, I'll give the bit Okay, 4 times. One value will be, first value will be 0, 1, 1, 1. Second time it will be 1, 0, 1, 1. Third time it will be 1, 1, 0, 1. Fourth time it will be 1, 1, 1, 0. Okay, so just 0 is varying from D0 to D3. Everything remains 1. Okay, suppose if I press again 5, now if I press the L1 alone, I press 5, I give 0, 1, 1, 1. Okay, that time it's not grounded me. That means that is first step na the all everything was 0, 0, 0. D0 was also 0, D1, D2, D3 all were 0. So that means it was grounded. But now D0, D1, D2 is not grounded. I have given a high signal here. D3 is a low signal, low bit. Okay, so not all the bits are grounded now. Now let's take one example. This 5 is pressed, for example. This key is pressed. Okay, first one I'll give 0, 1, 1, 1. That time it will be D0. What will be the input here? What will be the value input to?
1101.
When 5 is pressed and I give 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, what will be the value at port 2? It will all remain high only. Am I clear to you? All remain high only. Because I am not contacting this. It's already 1 only. But I am not pressing anything in this row. So how it will be 0 here? How it will be 1, 1, 0, 1? It's already 1, 1, 1, 1. But I have not pressed a key which is in first row. And I am giving 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. But I have not pressed the first row. So it will remain 1, 1, 1, 1 only. In the next cycle, I'll give 1, 0, 1, 1. What will be the value at port 2? 1, 1, 0, 1, because 5 is pressed. If I give 1, 1, 0, 1, it will be 1, 1, 1, 1 only. If I give 1, 1, 1, 0, it will remain 1, 1, 1, 1 only. Other times, only time when it will change this value 1, 1, 0, 1 will be when I give 1, 0, 1, 1. And that time I know that D1 of port 1 and D1 of port 2 is pressed, say, Hago. Are you getting or not? That means second row, third column is being pressed, say, Hago. Again, I press E. Okay, I press E. Same thing, I press E. First, I will start with 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. Same output because the first row key is not pressed. I'll give 1, 0, 1, 1. First row, second row is not pressed. It will remain 1, 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 0, 1. Third row is not pressed. It remains 1, 1, 1, 1. Last loop, I'll give 1, 1, 1, 0. That time it will take as 1, 0, 1, 1. So the output will be 1, 0, 1, 1. That time we will know that the fourth row of second column is being pressed. Okay, are you getting? Microcontroller does not know. Microcontroller will not know that key E is pressed, but it will take the ASCII value of E. This will be connected to some ASCII value. Are you getting or not? These are just pasted in the keyboard. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Anyway, yes.
Sir, can you please repeat the last one, sir? The E.
Suppose E is pressed. Okay, suppose E is pressed. Same thing. Port 2 will all be 1. Okay, port 2 will all be 1. Then and the output port 1, D0, D1, D2, D3, I'll give four nibbles one by one. Start with 0, 1, 1, 1, then 1, 0, 1, 1, then 1, 1, 0, 1, then 1, 1, 1, 0. In which loop it will change? From there we will know. First one I'll give 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. It will remain 1, 1, 1, 1 because first row na ninuwa the E and first row na ina. So it will remain 1, 1, 1, 1. In the second time, I'll give 1, 0, 1, 1. Second row is not pressed. E, capital E is not in second row. So it will remain 1, 1, 1, 1. In the third row, I'll give 1, 1, 0, 1. Your E is still not in third row. So your port 2 values will remain as 1, 1, 1, 1. Last nalu 1, 1, 1, 0 jindadi. E is in that row. So we will know there will be some change in port 2. That change will be when I give 1, 1, 1, 0, the value of port 2 will be 1, 0. This will be 0 because this will come in contact, right, with this one. So this will be shorted. For the first time, it will be a closed circuit and that will be 0. It will be grounded totally. This will be grounded. D2 will be grounded. So it will be 1, 0, 1, 1. And from there, we will know that the fourth row of second column is being pressed. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
This is step number 3. Okay. So we have 3 steps to know which key is pressed. First step is check whether switch is pressed or not. Number 2, debouncing time of 20 millisecond. Whenever we press the key, there will be some bouncing time, delay time, okay, something like a delay. So in that debouncing time can also detect, whether the key is pressed or not. So it will be repetition of step 1 in the program. And step number 3, Nadi, which key is pressed with that way. Okay, so there are 3 steps. So let's look this flow chart. This is little unclear because I copied from not detailedly, but enough to understand and flow chart. So I'll start with this. Okay, start the program. Then I'll do with that this first one. Check whether the key is pressed or not. So ground all zeros. Can you see this? Ground all zeros. Is it visible, Anna? Ground all rows. That one we did, right? In the first step. Step number 1. Do you remember or not? Step number 1 now. Look. Ground all zeros. Then we go to this arrow. There should be an arrow here. This is missing. Read all columns. Anna, read all columns. Okay. Read all columns. That means column dinga chegar 1, 1, 1, 1, 1 jai. And we are reading whether there is change in these columns or not. Whether it is remaining 1, 1, 1, 1 or not. First step na diyan itaiba dinga chigi. So indirectly what we are doing, we're reading all these columns. Okay. We'll check whether all keys are open. Okay. All keys are open or not. No means we'll go back here. Yes means all open means what is that? No means that means something is wrong, right? So again it will go back. Yes means we'll go to the next step. Daru, read all columns. This is something to do with debouncing. It will again repeat with that. See, read all columns. Any key pressed, Daru. So we are checking twice. See, we are checking twice whether this column is changed or not. We are checking twice. The second one is something to do with your bouncing time. Then waits for debounce. The second time, no, bouncing time, it's repetition of first step. Don't be confused here, man. Something to do with bouncing time, detection of step one. Detect whether the step key is pressed or not. So we are checking twice whether the column is pressed or not. And finally, in the second step, any key is pressed. Any key down means any key pressed. Yes. Yes, Beochin, wait for debounce because this was bounce. Now wait for debounce. Now read all columns again, thorough. For the third time, we are again reading. And any key is pressed, thorough. Yes or no? Okay. If yes, and if key is pressed, if key is not pressed, we'll repeat again. That means something was wrong. Even if the key is pressed and the column has not been changed, that means there is wrong. The key is not pressed properly. Are you getting or not? Even after these three steps, first one is step number one. Step number two is bounce and debounce. See, this is bounce, this part is debounce. Now, after this step also, if the key is not pressed, that means it will go back to that same loop. Only if key is pressed, we'll come to step number three. That is our objective, right? Only if the key is pressed, then we'll go to step number three. Then what's the use then? Step number three, which key is pressed, identify Begowade. So only if we press the key, then we'll come to the third step. Otherwise, we'll be inside that loop only. No use of coming out of the loop. So when key is pressed, we'll come to the third step now. When key is pressed, again, I'll ground all row, ground next row, and ground next row means we are grounding one by one. Okay, like for example, the 0 1 1, then 1 0 1 1, then 1 1 0 1, then 1 1 1 0. So we're doing here it was ground all zeros, but here it is ground next row. Okay, that means other rows are remaining one. Read all columns. If key is pressed, no means going back. If there is change in the column, then the key is pressed. Okay. Find which key is pressed. Get scan code from table so that particular value of keypads are stored in your lookup table. And we are using DPTR register again like last time, and we are taking value one by one. We have this RRC technique to do this. Okay, so find this one is whether which key is pressed. This one is now bringing that value from the lookup table. Now whether the thing 5 press by 5 is in which lookup table? It is somewhere here. Lookup table looks like this, Anna. This is your lookup table. Last time again DB Ganesh, comma 0 city. That is a lookup table. Now I am mentioning this lookup table with the values of the keypad. Like for example 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B, C, D. Suppose if I press 5, that means the DPTR should take the value of 5, location of 5. This DPTR should point to the location of 5. Then that value has to be taken out. Are you getting or not? So this particular segment, this last segment is to get the value from the lookup table. This one is step number 3. This one is step number 1. And this part, this whole thing, which you are doing is bounce and debounce time. Is it clear or not? Program, instead of this program, I want you to do another one which I've written here. They may because the keypad you are using is not 4x4 in the Proteus. Here we have 4x4. You can do for 4. If it is 4x4, you can do with this. But the one which I've used is 4x3. Okay. So your lookup table will change. So they may. Let's go directly to the program. Just wait. Yeah, now it's opened. Yeah. So this is a program. It is same as the given which I have given in the that report, particular report, but that report was for 4x4 keyboard. So the only change you will do is somewhere here in the lookup table. Otherwise, it's all same. But since I have used 4x3, so okay, I have taken this one, these values in the lookup table. So see, first step. So we'll go with one by one. First step, okay, this is our first step. I'm making all the port 2 as the input port. So I'll give the value FF in port 2. First step. I'll make this bigger. Yeah. I'll make port 2 all 1 because why? Because of of the first step. That was our first step, right? Anna. Okay. Then I'll ground all port 1. I'll ground all port 1. So that means all port 1 will be 0. Okay. Now I'll bring port 2 values to accumulator. So from all the port 2 values I'm bringing to accumulator. Then I will check whether this value has been changed or not by using a simple operation. What is this operation? What is this ANL? Kuchimo?
AND operation.
AND operation, yes. Wait. Analu, let's say all values are 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. And I give one default value 0, 0, 0, 0. This is a default value. Okay, and I do AND operation of this. What will be the output value? What will be the output value? AND operation.
0 0 0 1 1 1 1.
0 0 0 0 1 1 1 1, which is same as this one, right? Which is same as this one. If there is a change in the output, then we will know that the key is pressed. If there is no change in the output, then key is not pressed. So we are checking something like whether the key is pressed or not. Are you getting or not? If there is change here, that means this key has been pressed. So I will check with this default value. So I'll do the AND operation. See, I'll do the AND operation with 1 1 1. In accumulator, it is 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. So I'll AND operation with the default value 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 1. Only after you understand this program, you will get why we are using why the default value is 0 0 0 0 and 1 1 1 1. This is something to do with upper nibble and lower nibble, which is actually your output and input. Okay, are you getting? 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 1. Now what is this? CJNE. What is this? If the value of A and this value is equal, if the value of A and this value is equal, it will jump to back or not. Compare and jump if not equal to. Or otherwise, if A and 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 1 is not equal, it will jump to back. If it is equal, it will come out of this loop. If these two are not equal, that means not equal means key has been pressed or not.
Pressed, sir.
Not equal means key has been pressed, so it will come out of the loop. If the key is not pressed, it will go back again in that loop. Say that's it. Flowchart explained. I explained you that part, right? When the key is not pressed, okay, when the key is not pressed, it will again repeat that loop to check whether the key is pressed or not. Even if the key is pressed, even if some key is pressed and the value does not change, that means there is something wrong. So same technique they have used here. If the key is pressed, that means value changes, it will come out of this loop and it will start from here. Okay. Now again, so after I come out of this loop, there will be some bouncing and debouncing time. See, 20 millisecond delay. This delay is something to do with a bouncing time. Somewhere I have written bound here. Analu. Now when it comes out of this loop, it will jump to directly to delay. So this delay is a subroutine. So let's go to delay down there, here, somewhere here. So this must be making of this delay must be of 20 millisecond. So this is a bouncing time. Return at the Daru, it will go up to that program. So it will run from this program, and again it will check. Again it is checking whether it has to be checked 2-3 times as per the flowchart. Do you remember? Again it is checking. See, move A P2, whether the key has been pressed is really it has pressed. Say Analu, it will check the P2 will value the 1111 right. It will be going into A. Again, I'll do the AND operation. Okay, between 11111 and 001111. I will do again check whether A value and 00001111 is equal or not. If it is not equal, it will jump to check. If it is equal, it will repeat. Anna. Now it is little opposite. This part is opposite to this part. If it is not equal, that means key has been pressed. So it will come out of this loop. It will jump to check somewhere here. Here. That means key have been pressed. I've written here also. If key is pressed, A value will change. That means it will jump to check. If A and this value is equal, that means key has not been pressed. So it will not jump to check. So it will run the next line, which is jumping to repeat. And again, it will repeat in this loop. Okay. So if the key is pressed, I'll come down. The row I'm checking. I'm putting this delay, bouncing time, debouncing time. Now this one, first one was bouncing. Now next one is debouncing. Okay. Then again I'll check. I have to check 3 times. This is once. This one is whether key are all fine or not. all keys, whether the keys have been pressed or not. This one is bouncing time. Next one is debouncing time. Debouncing time, bouncing time is same, but just we are putting some delay. Then the root, P2 की value 1 1 रही. I'll move to A. Again, I'll do that AND operation. CJNE. If A and this value is not equal, it will jump to out. It will move here. It is same. It will repeat. It will go back here, and again it will repeat. If key is pressed and I come down, see here. Now we need to check which key is pressed. Okay, we need to check which key is pressed. To check that, we have to send this value at the row one by one. Row first nalu I send 0 1 1 1. So I make 0 1 1 1 at the port 1, 0 1 1. In the next loop, I'll take 1 0 1 1 0 1 1. Third loop, I'll take 1 1 0 1. And fourth time, I will take 1 1 1 0 and the port 1, because port 1 is the output port. In the output port, we are giving these values, right? One by one. Okay. These are all in the out. Which key is pressed? So again, P2 की value A न जुई. P2 की value 1111 रही, because we know that even after in the third step, we're keeping port 2 as 111111 input port actually. And I'll check now whether that key is pressed or not. If that key is pressed, okay, this value will not be equal, so it will jump to row 1. Where is row 1? Here. If the key is, that means if row 1 is pressed, that means this something to do with the first row. That means this one 1 2 3. Now remember, so see code 1 pressed, code 1 to come to code 1. If row 1 is pressed, the DPTR will point to the first character of the code 1, length code 1. Then from there it will take move DPTR code 1 SJMP find. Okay, if the value is pressed in code 1, then only it will come to this part. Any part. When it comes to this part, code 1 is already we have defined down there. So we'll bring this value by with the help of DPTR pointer. Pointer will point to the first character, and it will bring how? It will bring the values by using a technique, RRC technique. So if this value is pressed from row 1, that means it will jump to find. See, short jump to find, and it will do a small logic here, which I'll explain you later on. Anidhi, small logic here. RRCA. What is RRCA? Rotate with carry. Okay, rotate, right, rotate with carry. Do you remember? And if the accumulator value is 0, that time it will be no, until and unless it is not 0. When the accumulator, when JNC match means when the if the carry, if the RRC in a loop, if it is 0, it will repeat this until and unless if the carry is 1. Okay, if the carry is 1, that time what will happen? That time it will be jumping to match. Where is match? Match is here, somewhere here. See, the inside of this loop find is there. Inside of this loop, the match is there. See, then at the finally at the match subroutine, we will know which value has been pressed by using the syntax move C A comma @ a plus dptr. Nalu, I'll tell you. For example, okay, for example, 1 1 1 1 1 1 tomorrow. So that means the final value, let's erase this. Final value is 0 0 0 0 1 1 1 0 0. Okay, 1 1 0 1 में. Okay, accumulator की value दी. Accumulator value is this one. Let's say, okay, that means key has been pressed. This particular key has been pressed. This particular key has been pressed. It is not 1 1 1 1. Now this will be an accumulator imade. This one will be right rotated. Right rotated means this value will go to carry. Right rotated with carry RRC. What is RRC? Tame. First one, this value will go in the carry. So 0 0 0 0 1 1. Okay, I didn't. This value, let's say 1 0. This value. This will be going to the carry. The last, LSB, least significant bit, will be going to the carry. So if this goes to carry, okay, this will be in the carry. The one value will come, which is default. By default it will be 0. Okay, anevijo. See, right rotate means this has come to this position, this will come to this position, and one value 0 will come here. Now after Daru RRCA pe watching, this one will come here, this one will come here, this 0 will come here at the beginning, this 0 will come here, 0 0 0 0 0 1 1. So I'm checking whether the value of carry is 1 or not. If it is not 1, JNC match se de mein na dachi. JNC match. If the carry is not 0, if the JNC means if the carry is not 0, that means 1, it should jump to match. Now first loop nalu it will not jump. In the second loop it will jump to match because now carry ki value is 1. It is not 0. That time it will take this value. Any value this will finalize E, and with this value it will try to match with DPTR. Man, it is little difficult, but with understanding it will come. So see, first row, Anna. I have pressed something in the first row. May just imagine that. The first row I'll bring from code 1 because code 1 the chiller Anna. Okay. I'll go to which particular key is pressed. We'll know from here, especially the column. For the column, that wrote RRCD. And for the content of the lookup table, we'll do this one, this part. This part I don't have to explain to you because this is indirect index addressing. This part is the one which you might find little confusing. This one I have explained you, right? That time the particular this value, okay, this value will be your column value, column anedi. This particular value will be your column value. What will be the row value? रो भ्यालु दिन्छ कि जतिले डिफाइन बे छै बते तमे रो भ्यालु इज दिस one ana this one is your row value, right? Because row 1 has been pressed. When row 1 is pressed, this is the row port 1 की value. What is your column? The one which you did with this an RRC की जो बे में ना आने दी थी की column की value. You write rotated and you did, right? That will be your column value. Which will be row? This one. Okay. And if only if your carry value is 1, that time it will be jumping to match. If I go to match subroutine, that time it will again do that and see the value from the accumulator which is pointing, which had the value of DPTR will move to accumulator and finally to the port 3, and port 3, in the port 3 will be connecting with the LEDs. So port 3 is the output. So somewhere here I'll write port 3 is the output port LED. This one is with the LED. Are you getting? If row 1 is not pressed, Anna, if row 1 is not pressed, this will not be equal, Anna. This will be equal. If row 1 is pressed, this A and this value will be equal. I'll write here, if row 1 is not pressed, value of A will be equal. So comes out of loop. So it will come to row 2, it will check. Row 2 null width, it will check whether if the key is pressed, it will jump to row 2, that means this subroutine, and it will again check code 2, Anna. It will go to find, right, rotate with carry beyond anyway. If it is not row 2, these two values will be equal, so it will jump to row 3. Row 3 also, if row 3, it will jump to row, this subroutine. If it is not pressed, it will come to this program. If it is, if these two values are equal, it will repeat the row, Anna. That means something is wrong. If it is not pressed, if it is pressed, it will jump to row 4 because row 4 has been pressed. Row 4. Again, it will go to code 4, Anna. So that means something has been pressed from this row. How will you know? Because it has changed in this value, Anna. It has been changed. Code 4 already mentioned in the lookup table. Then we'll find which column has been pressed. To find that, we need to do RRC, right, rotate with carry. And I explained you the Chichamji which key is pressed. Right? It's difficult. But with practice it will come. Dua. So I'll put this program where I should write put this program, because this program is different. And see the last portion. I forgot the last portion. I'll run. I've already run actually. Hex file this gotta create beta. Then I put in this Proteus, then I will check. See, I'll run this. See, did you notice that port 3, in the port 3, I have connected all the output ports, as you can see in the program. So if I press, like for example, let's say, what is the ASCII value of, to check the ASCII value, we have somewhere here. What is the ASCII value of 5? See, ASCII value of 5 is 35. Okay. ASCII value of 5 is 35. Let's say 35 is pressed or not. No. 35 press the loop, it should change to 35. See, this is 3, right? This is 3, upper nibble. Wait, something is wrong. See here, this is 35, right? No, this is 3, this is 5. 3, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 0, 1. This is 35, which is the ASCII value of 5. Let's say ASCII, what is the ASCII value of 2? 2 की 32 ही में, 32. 2 की 32 ही, hash की गची मतलब hash की 23, hash, let's say hash 23, 2, right? 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 3, 0, 0, 1, 1, 23. Okay. Screen is not changing. See, again, I'll show you. ASCII value of 2 is 32.
Sir,
Okay.
you can see the screen, sir.
Yeah. What to do? See here. I have run the program. Anna. Program run the loop. See, ASCII value of 2 is 32. Okay, 2 is 32 ASCII value. So if I press 2, this is the upper nibble, this is the lower nibble. So 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, this is 3. This is 0, 0, 1, 0, this is 2. So when I press 2, ASCII value is changing to 32. Are you getting? Hash की दाम है hash की 23 में है ना, hash की 23. If I press hash here, it should change to 23. See, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, that is 2, 0, 0, 1, 1, this is 3, 23. So the ASCII value of hash is 23. So as you press here, see 9, 39 में, 9 की 39 में. From here only we will making, right? You can make it out. 39. Are you getting or not? Like this. So basically, these LEDs are the output, and these are connected to port 3. Rows connected to port 1, column connected to port 2. And I go back. If I go back to the program, see, last null output you are giving at port 3 madhya. This is to check the column. Row the we are knowing from here only, and this is the end, and this is the lookup table. And a lookup table gi how to bring the value from the lookup table. This is very important, man. We'll see tomorrow also. And index, this is index addressing. Last time also I was telling you again and again and again. Please see that how the values, from the lookup table is brought by using DPTR register. That technique is very important. You need to understand. Any of the program nalu, it will come again and again and again. Okay. I think this is it for today's class, and I'll give you this program where I should write this program. I'll upload it in VLE, okay? Tua any program because it's not there. I've written, huh? Yeah. Any program the modify team any program modify baby any program so that you can try any, because if you see this any analo report na yemi program, it's little bit confusing. So I have little bit modified it. Okay, so I think you try with this program. You try to understand from this program. Okay, this program is for 4x3 keyboard keypad. That program is for 4x4. You can try for 4x4 also. It does not matter. Same only. Just change analu. You just change. You have to change these values here. Tua. Yes. What is the doubt? Somebody was asking the doubt. Someone was asking the doubt. Okay, if there are no doubts, then we'll end it here, and I'll upload this video if you are confused, and you can check that video as much as you can. Okay, so
Oops, sir.
I think that would be more appropriate. And out of all the interfacing with keyboard is the hardest and longest one program. That is long RAM here. So it will take time for you to digest this, but it is doable. As technique knowledge if you remember, okay, from the flow chart analyze you'll understand. Okay, you'll analyze by yourself. That with in just few minutes you will not understand. Okay, I think we'll end it here, and I can see some absentees. Dawa Mindu, Dawa Gelchen, hele?
Sir, तुझी कैसे net problem तुझी नहीं तेरे.
Okay, then who else?
Rinzin Mindufu.
Being Wanchu.
Rinzin, sir.
Oh, Cheong Rinzin, yes. Cheong Rinzin. Dele. I think only those two, right?
Yes, sir.
Cheong Rinzin.
Sound is in do, sir. That's it. Net problem, dude.
That problem. Oh yeah, I saw 21 of you. 21 of you.
Sound is the do, sir.
Okay, I will end it here. Okay.
Okay, sir.
you,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Yeah.